Second Cup, brought to you by The Nickel Plate. Sit, sip, savor, and shop.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. It's 8 o'clock on the start of your Wednesday. Glad you're with us to start the day. Here we are, middle of the week, day 2 for some people in the major school districts, day 1 for others, and then some don't even go back to school until tomorrow.
Day 2 for some people who came
for
back on Tuesday. Ed was having a difficult time remembering the day it was today.
Well, it was yesterday that I had the difficult time. Yesterday, I thought it was Monday, which I thought was actually kind of funny.
So funny. That was so funny.
But you know what?
That was so funny when you forgot you were off for the holiday.
David Muir also made the same mistake yesterday, so I did not feel bad about it.
Don't be comparing yourself to my man, my David Muir. Does anybody else watch him every night? My mom and I love him every night, although I didn't catch last night.
Yesterday was very interesting. You know, this whole thing about Governor Hochul's top aide.
Oh, yeah, I missed that story. I know. I knew that was going to be
fascinating.
Big. Yeah.
The fact, so they basically accused this woman of being a spy for the Chinese government. And it is so interesting to me because they received millions of dollars, she and her husband, according to this federal complaint.
Right.
And used it as kickbacks. And she worked for both Governor Cuomo and Governor Hochul. I think I am so intrigued.
Yep.
And they used all of that money, apparently, again, according to the complaint.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Right. To buy a 2024 Ferrari.
Well, we saw their house.
Their house in Manhasset. And for those of you who don't know, like the North Shore of Long Island is ritzy. Like Manhasset is one of those really affluent communities that is basically busting with money.
Right.
That's where the Miracle Mile is. Have you ever heard of that?
Just like where we live.
Yeah, duh.
One of those communities just busting with money.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so
like
interesting.
We're just like David Muir.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
I know.
He's such a good news anchor. Okay.
Actually, you know what? We just celebrated 10 years.
I saw that. How cute was that picture?
Adorable.
He put up a picture of him and his dad. I sent it to my mom. She watches him every night too.
Well, we're going to be celebrating 10 years as well.
I know.
Sarah wondering, I'm interested in this and heard it on the news this morning. What was she doing exactly for the Chinese government? I don't know how any of it works. I know she was trying to help isolate Taiwan. I know. I'm fascinated by this also, just like the intricacies and the nuances. Apparently, she visited the consulate. We see some pictures. I want to know what the inner workings were.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure we will.
And like,
comes out.
How does a government approach you? Be like, Katie Morris, I want you to advocate.
Where does that start? You mean?
I want you to advocate on behalf of the Polish government. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I know what you mean. Where does it start? I guess that's a good question. I don't know.
So bizarre.
It is.
And how much money are they willing to pay so that you would sell out your country?
I don't know.
And she was like a citizen, a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
So crazy.
It is.
So crazy. Anyway.
It is. Well, we have some other interesting stories to talk about today. This isn't too interesting, but I just have to put it out there for everybody. Nobody won last night. It's Mega Millions. So go buy your tickets because you're just adding to my pot for whenever.
Yeah. Okay.
I am always convinced that I have a chance. And I know I always have a chance, but like I'm always convinced that it's a real chance.
Tamara says, Ed, I'm here for the tea. Me too.
I know, right?
I want all of it. What would you do with that money? $500 million?
Oh my, what wouldn't I do with it?
Russ and I were actually talking about this the other day.
What
Seriously.
Okay, so realistically, like let's be real, chances are you probably wouldn't work anymore.
Correct.
Right? You'd probably say like, working has been so fun. I love all of you guys. I'll see you later. Then I would make sure my family's all taken care of. If you know what I'm saying, got to take care of them. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, I was like, what?
I wouldn't murder them.
No. Okay.
Make sure your family's taken care of. And then you could I would definitely travel. I would do stuff like that. And then you know me, I'd find something to do where I felt like I was giving back, probably with little kids or with animals.
Sure.
It'd probably be like, Katie adopts all the dogs in the world. It's just me surrounded by all the dogs.
She actually owns 2 planes to charter them back and forth. Forget that doctor.
Right. I'd help pay the doctors for his trips. I'd be like, just bring the puppies directly to me, okay?
So funny.
So I do a lot of that. What about you?
I was telling Russ that I would pay off my sister's student loans. I would buy
she'd be like, thanks a lot. You have $500 million.
Well, I would buy her a house. She's got a lot of debt. I would
$500 million.
I would buy my parents a house. I would
Yeah, like do all the things for your family.
yeah, and then
And here's the thing.
that's as far as we got.
$500 million is so much money that you need like this much of it to do
Right.
all of the things that you and I even just talked about. Even for me to adopt all the dogs, I only need this much of it. So you take the rest, you invest the rest of it, you get a financial planner that you trust.
Yeah, you create a
Someone
trust,
who's really
right?
good, you do all that stuff. Like you don't need all that. You don't need all that money, guys.
Well, speaking of money, one of the things that we've learned now today is that we're leaving money out on the table.
really good. That's funny, Sean. He'd
I
still
still
work
work with a whole new attitude.
with
Yeah.
a whole new attitude.
What is that attitude, Sean? Let us know. I'd love to know what that whole new attitude is.
Karens do go to be, she'd be opening grocery stores. on
Love
the east
that.
side. That's
Love
a nice
that.
thing to do.
By the way, it's Sean's birthday today. Happy birthday,
Happy
Sean.
birthday, buddy. Danielle
Um,
says she'd invest it well.
Crystal, I would pay off debt, buy a new house, a new car.
Barbara, donate to several charities, family, friends, travel, travel, travel.
Is there a charity that you are passionate about that you would donate to?
Lauren was interested if Russell mentioned what he would do for his sisters. When you mentioned what you'd do for yours, she was wondering maybe he mentioned what he'd do
You know,
for his.
Lauren, it's really funny that you actually mentioned that because Russ is so pragmatic that he doesn't even dare to think
So-
about that
Oh,
stuff.
come on, Russ. It's so fun to think about, though.
Do you know what I mean?
I know.
He could never have, he doesn't have the creativity to dream of that kind of stuff because he's so black and white.
Don't worry. If they won, Ed would show him how to dream.
Yeah.
He'd be like, hey,
I
honey.
want this, I want
Yeah.
that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and you can come with me.
Because, like, that is just so much money.
Okay, so anyway, I was starting to get here.
What charities?
Yes.
Yes. I don't know. There's a lot of different ones I like. And then I will also say being involved in this business, like, you know how like you see different stories and people who are
Sure.
doing different, people have been impacted by stuff. Like I would probably donate to some of the people that I've seen.
That
like,
art program.
yeah, that art program, they get all their money. They can have $500,000. Sure. Watch me win now. And I'm going to be like, you're writing on my check. I do it happily. ALS, right? And then like the one kid I know who made the wedding dress, and he's been
Yeah.
really dealing with it, like stuff like that you see that you're like, oh, I wish I could help this person in so many ways.
I'm just thinking of, all the different stories that you do on a daily basis. Sorry, we've got contractors coming to our house, so I'm just going to turn off the alarm really quick.
Oh no, keep it on. That'll be fun for them.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Surprise!
I know, but
But
like,
anyway-
Karen's right. Like the East Side grocery store, perfect example.
Yes, that is so smart.
Yeah.
It turns out that so many of us are leaving money on the table nowadays. And there's a whole website that's dedicated to helping you find that money.
Right.
And what we realize today is that many of us may have unclaimed cash.
Have you ever looked up if you have this? Like we've done this story before, but every time we do it, somebody else finds something interesting.
And so what I found out today is that my grandma, who's been dead for years, I think she's gone almost 7 years at this point, at least 7, is owed some sort of money from a car insurance policy that she must have paid before she died.
There was something with my brother had something too. I have had this happen to me before. Have you ever gotten money back?
No. But my
So
sister has. She overpaid
And-
something or had a settlement.
Yeah. So mine was overpaid a utility bill. Like I lived in Syracuse for a little bit. I moved. And then in the time that I had paid the bill, like Ed moved into my apartment, transferred utilities to his name. So I overpaid. I think I got like $86.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was great.
Listen to this. Jeff says he found a couple thousand. Kelly got $230 back.
Oh, come on. That's so cool.
But then he says, unfortunately, none of it was mine. But Kelly says, I've done this several times, always find some money. So what I also found out is that some of my relatives, like distant relatives, there's this guy, his name is Irving, one of my grandpa's brothers.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a family trust.
Ed's got his fingers crossed. It's somewhere down the line.
Where is our family
Someone
trust?
wrote Edward Dranch into that trust.
Right? Irv, come on. Itchy. Why did he leave us
Did
money?
they call him Itchy?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a great nickname. Itchy. That's so funny.
We used to joke that his wife's name was Scratchy.
Did you call him Uncle Itchy?
I don't know that I've ever met him, to be honest with
Well,
you.
that's why you're not in the trust.
But I'm just saying, like, if it's my grandpa's brother, why didn't my grandpa have the same cash?
Maybe he did. You just didn't see it. He was like, I know who this isn't going
Actually, that's probably true, to be
to. Here,
honest.
Dana. Don't tell your brother.
The website, so yes, Jeff Baker is right. You can go to the New York State Comptroller's Office of Unclaimed Funds. That's where some of this money actually sits right now.
Yeah, and this other website, it's what is it, missingmoney.com
Yeah.
or something? That will lead you to that website too. It basically tells you if your name's on it, and then it will push you to this website.
Super easy to use. I'm going to search for my mom
Okay.
or my grandma's side.
You know, the thing is, you put your name in, and you'll see some of your relatives and stuff pop up too.
Yeah, it's just so oh my gosh. Oh, hold on, wait. No, wait, okay, no.
Turns out there's someone else out there who's got your mom's name.
My grandma's name, which is so weird.
What's your grandma's first name?
Helen.
Helen.
So interesting. Oh, wait, of course.
Why does your computer do that?
I don't know. I'm so annoyed by it. Needless to say, there are a lot of opportunities for you to find some cash.
Excuse me. You can then narrow by state too,
Right.
which is helpful.
Jeanette says, I got a random check from KeyBank last year for $200 saying that they owed it to me.
All right.
I haven't had KeyBank in years. I called them. It was valid, and I cashed the check. Hey, good for you.
Yeah, don't hate that. Binner, yeah, you're right. If you overpay at your doctor's office or something like that, they have a certain amount of time, and then it will go into something just like this. And this is where you'd find that money.
James says some of those websites are hounded by scammers who create similar websites that steal information. Okay, but look, this one John Matarese reported on, so I'm convinced that it's real.
Yeah, well, I mean, scammers might try to get this info, but like if you go to the New York State one, it eventually prompts you to put in your social security number and put in like actual information, and it's a New York State website. So, you know, don't do it through some random website that you're looking for. Make sure you're on the New York State, the comptroller's website.
Lauren, come get your husband's money. It's waiting for you.
Yeah, Catherine, you're totally right, because that's what happened to me. If you move a lot, your name is often on there. It gets lost a lot in moves. That's exactly what happened to me.
And you're talking about Kelly too. My dad has money in there. He doesn't believe it, so it sits. Well, go find it. Go cash it in.
Yeah, and here's the thing. It might only be a few bucks, but
whatever. It's better than nothing.
you never know.
What did John say this morning? You got a 14%
Chance of having money there.
right.
So here's what you do. You go get the money. If it's just a few bucks, you take that money. You put it into your Mega Millions ticket. Boom. Now it's $500,000. You're welcome.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be so exciting? Like, I don't need to win $500,000.
Well, the other thing too is
I'm
that
sorry, $500,000.
right. The other thing too, you have an opportunity to win at least something, even if you don't win the jackpot.
The Mega, yeah, you get like $2 if you get the. Oh, that's a Powerball I'm thinking of, but you could still win something. Although I will say, and we see this, like relatively often, people win. I guess you'd call them jackpots. You know, maybe they're not the full-on jackpot, but they're still like a decent amount. Like, it's nothing to scoff at. Somebody like, for example, someone bought a ticket in Lackawanna worth $28,000.
Whatever, that's great.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah. Jeff Baker is so funny. You can always count on Jeff Baker for the alternate opinion, the devil's advocacy.
Not wrong. Yeah. Good math at 8:15. Good job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
It's cold in here.
Would you dine alone if you had all that money?
Sure.
You would still kind of be on your own. You'd still do your own
Yeah,
thing.
everybody leave me alone. Let me spend my cash.
Okay. Turns out a lot of people are
Let me
eating
read
alone
my book.
nowadays.
Have my glass of wine. Sit there and enjoy it.
Yeah. Would
That
you...
includes you, Paul. Get back to your table.
you don't own the restaurant at that point.
Yeah, I'm like on the other side, please.
I don't love dining alone, but I have.
Doesn't bother me.
I enjoy the conversation and company of other people.
I think it used to be a bigger thing
Sometimes.
before people had like a cell phone to like be reading their email or to be looking through Instagram or whatever. Like you had to remember to bring your book with you. Because if you didn't have a book and you didn't have a phone, you were just kind of sitting there like staring at everybody.
You know where I do like to go alone? Coffee shops.
Sure.
I love going to the coffee shop by myself because I will sit there, chat on the phone, read a book. You're right.
I'll tell you what I like to do alone, shopping.
Me too.
Taking my husband with me is
Ugh.
a huge mistake. I dislike doing it. If we go, he needs to have something specific in mind that he needs to get. We need to find that specific item within 25 minutes and then we leave. That's not how I do it. You let the items tell you.
Right. You kind of look around.
You might not have a specific item. Maybe you're looking for something, but you let them speak to you.
I agree.
What do you need?
Well, so listen to what Kelsey says. My husband and I met because I refused to let either of us dine alone.
Oh,
Didn't want to
that's
sit
cute.
in silence in the break room at different tables. That's great. And
Adorable.
Kelsey, if I know you, you probably went up to him, right? I dined alone once. It wasn't too bad.
I'll tell you what I
says.
wouldn't do though. While I would dine alone, I would not go to a bar and have a drink alone.
Okay.
If you're waiting for someone, that's one thing. But I'm not a go to the bar and have a drink alone kind of person. My husband will do that. He doesn't care. He'll watch a game or he'll play on his phone. He'll do whatever. But like for me, I would not do that.
I'll tell you.
It's different for guys and girls too.
I don't know. I think in your case, you're more likely to get picked up.
Yeah, girls would get hit on, and guys.
I would love to be picked up if I were single and sitting alone at a bar. Like, yeah, come get me. Do you know what I'm saying, though?
Come get me.
Seriously, like, isn't that? I mean,
It's
maybe
just,
maybe you're interesting to somebody. Maybe they think you're approachable.
I would 100% if
False.
approachable. No, she doesn't want to talk to you. I would try to befriend the bartender if I was in that scenario.
Yes.
Like if I was waiting for somebody, I'd try to like chit chat with the bartender. But if you start chit chatting with somebody near you, then it's just
How do you get out of that conversation?
Yeah.
I often say that I don't like to do anything without Russ. And it's true. And he doesn't like to do anything without me. My friend Catherine says we are codependent.
Oh no, we're not like that. We are independent. I'm an independent lady.
Most-
I took Paul one time for massage because that's one of my favorite things to do. And it was very hard for me to realize that it's not one of his favorite things to do.
Russ is either.
And then I'm basically shelling out money for him to go do something he doesn't really like. And I'm
Well,
like, this is stupid.
And so he's like, well, what do you want to do for your anniversary, for our anniversary? See, there's Catherine. Exactly. Chiming in. Thank you,
What'd you
Kath.
say? You are. Now, who goes for a massage with you, Edward?
You do.
We go for massages together. We have no problem doing that, but we both really enjoy
Not in the
them.
same room either. So
Although, honestly, I truthfully could care less. My eyes would be shut, and then I'd probably be like, let's not talk for the next hour. And then we
Great.
just both fall asleep. But like, we'll go do that together. But I mean, I took Paul, and it wasn't his favorite thing to do. And it's a waste of money then.
So my mom does say I love to be alone. I do love to be alone. I do love alone time. So I wanted to do something for our anniversary. And I was like, well, he said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, I would love to go away someplace romantic
Yeah.
where we can relax, go for massages, and
Yeah.
just kind of tune out. He goes, that does not sound fun to me.
Right. Yeah. That sounds awful. Can I go for your anniversary? Let's do
Right?
that for your anniversary.
Let's go next year. You and me, babe.
Remember your friend on who does the facials?
Yeah, Sarah.
I booked a facial coming up with one of my girlfriends at my house. And it was a day that Paul was supposed to be working. And now he's like, oh, I might have to take a couple hours a day and be home. And I'm like, ugh,
No.
it'll be fine. He could just go in another room.
Would you say that to him? If he would
I
you
just,
say
I mean, he watches, so he probably just heard it.
well, but
yeah.
would you like tell him no? Can you
Well, I'm going to tell him like, hey, we've got this happening. And she comes to your house. So
right. Well, go away, Paul.
you're going to have to entertain yourself somewhere else.
Tamara says I did massages with 2 friends. Horrible experience. Who did, the masseuse or your friends,
There
Tamara?
is nothing worse than a masseuse that talks
No.
the whole time. I don't mind an occasional little chit chat, but for the most part, I just want to knock out.
Honestly, I don't even want to whisper.
Yeah,
Are you okay? Does that feel
how's the
good?
pressure?
Is that pressure
I'm
okay?
like, it's good.
Stop talking to me.
I just like the silence. I like to listen to the music
Oh, you're gonna love Sarah's music,
because our day is never quiet.
especially sitting next to you.
But seriously, it's never quiet. So then when you get a nice quiet moment, it's so lovely.
I'd rather they talk to me the whole time. I don't like silence.
God, no, Kelsey, seriously. I know some masseuses you could go to then.
Yeah, seriously.
I've had some that I haven't booked with again because it's been too much.
Cindy says I love a good mix. Name names.
No.
Since having children, silence is a bad thing.
Jeff Baker.
Jeff Baker, you are out of control. Gloria's gonna kill you, Jeff Baker.
He's just sitting there like this.
Will they pull this comment up?
And
Of
he's
course
like-
we will.
He's like, oh, Ed's in charge of the comments today. Yes. Kelsey, that's funny. She says, since having children, silence is a bad thing. I bet a lot of parents would say the same thing where they're
No
like,
kidding.
why is it so quiet around here?
Same thing with a dog,
Uh-huh. Right. Who's getting into trouble now?
right?
Yeah.
Jeff Baker, yes. Okay. Yeah.
Oh
we
my
see
God.
you, kind of.
Look at this banner thing. I love getting massages depending on where I go. I went to this one place in Tonawanda. A random guy walked in the middle of my massage. Oh my
What
God, I'd have a
happened?
heart attack.
Oh, sorry, wrong room.
There's this place in Rochester, and I can't tell you if they're open or not anymore because they're in Rochester. It's been a long time since I went, but my mom and I went, and it was like a full-on hour-long foot massage. Although, like, they do up to your knee. They did like your feet. It was unbelievable.
I want to bring in our producer, Johnny
Oh.
Marrero, who
Hi, John.
I believe
Good
might have something
morning.
to say with his camera on. John, anything you want to contribute about massages?
First off, let's start with this. John got his haircut. John,
Look, oh yeah, look at John's hair.
Yeah, I did. Fresh haircut.
Yes.
Very handsome.
New decade, new me. So yeah, I'm the big 3-0 now. So I had to get rid of all the terrible hair that I had. I don't have anything on massages, but I do have something on like dining alone.
Oh, go ahead.
okay.
I can't dine alone, but I've gone to the bar alone and going to the movies alone. Oh, chef's kiss. It's perfect.
Oh.
Walk us through that experience, John. Why is
Yeah,
that?
why is it so great?
Going to the movies alone?
Yeah.
Because you never have like the annoying person being like, "Oh, did you see that?" Or like I like Marvel movies. I don't have someone asking what this means or anything like that.
Yeah, because nobody
Um,
wants to go there. Yeah. Sorry.
Katie, you
No
take
girl
the
is gonna
fun out
be
of
like-
everything.
That sounds so fun.
Well,
That's like a DJ and you kind of
Yeah,
date,
duh.
John.
yeah, well, there's all right, I'm gonna go now.
Wait. Can we bring you back in? Come back.
Don't worry, Ed has control too, John.
That wasn't even me. That was John himself.
I know.
John.
Ed.
You and DJ are going away on vacation soon.
So, Cuppies, you remember DJ, of course, if you've been with us for a long time. He used to run Second Cup, and now John has taken over on Second Cup. And John and DJ are like little buddies,
Thick as thieves.
thick as thieves.
What are you guys doing?
Tell us about your vacay.
We are going to Disney in January.
Oh my gosh, the most magical place on earth.
Yeah.
Ed wants to know if he can go too.
Oh God, no, I hate Disney.
Poor John. All the things he likes, we hate. Don't
I was
worry, DJ
excited
likes
too.
them all. You've got your best buddy.
I
John,
don't know
who else
what
is
to
going
do
with
now.
you?
I'm just pretty sad.
really quick,
I
what ride are
believe
you most
so.
looking forward to at Disney?
Tower of Terror. That's the best ride that's
Yes,
ever created.
that's my
ever.
favorite. I love the Tower of Terror.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they still have it though? I thought they closed it.
No, it's still there. I would be crying. I would be screaming in the newsroom if that ever happened.
Okay, number one. And then my second was, which park is Tower of Terror in?
MGM, Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, it's
So
MGM.
is that the park you're most looking forward to?
Yeah, it's all right. I guess technically it's called Hollywood Studios now.
Yeah.
But I stay saying MGM. I stay calling it Downtown Disney, like God intended it to be called.
Okay.
Kelly's right. Tower, best, hands down. I don't know. I'm a big fan of like Magic Kingdom too. You get like the feel of like what this place was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Anything but Animal Kingdom, except Dinosaur is closing. So I'm kind of upset about that. That's my childhood. And I don't need another mental breakdown after turning 30 that like another part of my childhood is gone with that ride closing. You know?
30 is young, John. You're going to be so happy this decade. You're coming into
I
your
will
own.
tell you this, John. After my breakdown, I had meant to be at 30 also.
I'm not going to lie. That did happen. I was here for it.
Summer of Ed was something.
It was something. We
Um,
called it the Summer of Ed because we didn't want to call it what it actually was. And losing it. We're like, oh, God, the Summer of Ed. That's
was
a better.
bad. But John, you're gonna kill it. Here's
I
my
hope so.
thought. You really find out and discover who you are in your 30s.
Agreed.
So
yeah.
you'll be great.
Let's hope.
Aaron
It's
Phillips is
getting
still
awkward.
waiting to get invited, John, to go to Disney. So think about that, please.
She got her invite already, so I don't know why she's trying to cause a ruckus in the comment section.
Okay.
Is she next to you?
She just was. She might have vanished. The
She must be
Disney
on her phone
magic.
somewhere.
It's the magic of Disney.
All right, John, happy
right, bye.
belated birthday.
Melly missed a moment on Second Cup today.
Look at this is a cute comment. Johnny, every decade gets better and better.
It's true.
Aw.
And we wish him the best in all of his decades to come.
You know, I've not gone to Disney for a really long time. I would do it.
We were just there a couple of years ago, and we had a great time. I will tell you that you look around, and every parent is miserable. Every adult with a child is ready to go home.
Well, the kids get hot, they get tired. It's a big day. It's a long day. It's an exciting day. A lot of emotions. Gotta
Blows
have
my
your
mind.
patience. Gotta have a little patience. All right, we gotta go.
Bye. Have a great day.
Bye, everybody. Ooh.